Hi. Today on the Retire Early and Often channel, we are talking about how to become financially free by doing the opposite of what most proclaimed gurus will tell you. This is Douglas Lucky Larson, and as always, we're discussing retiring early, financial independence, balanced lifestyle, surviving inflation, real estate bubbles, and bursting the common business myths. Too many people have bought into the notion lately that you must go big or go home. If you don't do it all and risk it all for that giant first place trophy, well, you shouldn't even get out of bed. You shouldn't play the game if you're not Tom Brady material. You shouldn't start a business if you can't go all in like Mark Zuckerberg or Bill Gates. The real truth, however, is that some of the happiest and most fulfilled people are those who play the game just because it's fun, not for $1 billion or bragging rights because you got a Lamborghini. And those who start a business to actually fill a need and help people, even if they're never going to be on the cover of Forbes, are often the most content, well rounded people that you'll never hear about. It's not just okay to go small, it's probably the best course to take for a truly fulfilled and balanced life. I say go small or go insane. Philosophies like Grant Cardone's 10X and classic books like Michael Gerber's E-Myth always get my adrenaline pumping in a good way. I get excited and I want to do more. I want to hire more people and dream bigger. That's the point. However, is exponential growth always the best thing? Now, you don't have to do it all and have it all to have everything that you need. I certainly believe in continuing improvement and making sure that you're giving your highest and best contribution to your family, your customers, and the world. It's great to push yourself a little, but in this crazy Pinterest, Instagram, ultimate keep up with the Joneses bragfest world, it's just too easy to think that maybe someone else's version of success needs to be yours. Very often, what others post and boast about is actually sterilized, edited, and highly embellished, kind of like a Snapchat photo. It's not real, and it's not even bringing them the happiness they pretend it is. For every modern catchphrase implying that you've got to dream bigger and have a hairy, audacious goal, or 10x your game, there's also a more sensible and time tested adage like slow and steady wins the race. Truly, the tortoise usually wins in real life because the rabbits of this world are on Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, showing bursts of speed and fantastic facades, while the boring but content little turtle just chugs along, enjoying the scenery and creating a lasting legacy. Now, maybe Grant Cardone is the happiest man alive. I don't know. But I do know a lot of rich guys who have money and toys but not great relationships, or health, or balance. Now, let's talk about going small in a big way. I kind of fell backwards into this strategy only because I tend to be more lucky than smart and more lazy than driven. When I first learned about real estate, for instance, I thought it sounds great. I'd like to invest, and I told myself that if I could just get to about $10,000 a month in passive income and about $2 million in net worth, I'd be happy and just be done. So I could spend more time with my family and in some other good causes. Now I've actually surpassed that by about double, and I'm trying even harder to just balance and be content. Of course, I see younger guys than me making billions in Bitcoin or buying bigger and bigger deals. But my small portfolio of rental homes in 3 states it's running nearly on autopilot, and I'm getting better at actually saying no to deals that come my way. Now, if you've never read the book Essentialism by Craig McEwen, that guy right there, you need to. Then you will understand the power of saying no. Now, I'm not going to pretend that 20 years of renovating homes and being a landlord was just a piece of cake. And my wife will tell you that there were many evenings that she would have liked me to be home earlier, But generally, we've had a very flexible lifestyle, plenty of vacations, and relatively low stress compared to some other career lifestyles that I know a lot about. I quit my day job over 17 years ago, and my wife was able to quit her job 2 years later. Again, it's not like we don't work at all or do anything. She does our bookkeeping, and I manage properties and subcontractors as needed, and we manage our little portfolios. But we just don't have to 10x or 2x or any x at this point. Our kids are age 15, 11, and 6, and I like being a dad and serving in my local church congregation. I, you know, have to say that at some point in your life, you got to say, how much is enough, right? Now, last year we spent a few weeks in Hawaii and about 8 weeks in San Diego at our vacation property. But I'm not Elon Musk or Richard Branson. There's no private jets or Ferraris. I don't have a driver, but life is pretty good. Now, on this next slide, let's talk about a different way to go small in a big way. I found a mechanic many years ago with a repair shop about 40 minutes away from my house. I had a work project there. I was renovating a home in that area, but I needed some car service, so I stopped in. The owner was a guy named David, and he ran his TuneX franchise in a very different way than most garage repair shops. When you walked in, he was actually behind the counter. He would greet you like you were old friends. He would talk about car issues on your level and then make 2 or 3 recommendations according to your need and budget. He talked highly of his staff members and mechanics. He seemed to find something in common to talk about with every single customer. Even for an oil change, I continued to drive about, it was a little over an hour round trip out of the way just to, catch up with Dave. It even cost me a little bit more than, the grease monkey around the corner from me, but it was such a great experience always. My experience wasn't just because maybe Dave and I had a unique connection. I recommended him to many others, and they all seemed to have similar great experiences. Dave's car repair shop was successful in a big way because of Dave's commitment to individual customer care. Before David even turned 50, he was able to sell the franchise and retire to pursue other business ideas and have a lot more freedom. Dave had one single shop, but he went small in a big way and was very successful. Now, how can you go small in a big way? It doesn't matter if you're still in college, in the military, just starting a new business, a lifetime employee, or the CEO of Ford. You must value relationships, and that's the first thing. By value, we're not talking about a dollar amount, we're talking about value as a verb. When you feel valued as a person or as a customer or as an employee, you will go out of your way to keep that relationship strong. Others will do the same. Now, how can you make other people feel valued? First, acknowledge contributions. You can do that with simple phrases like, "Oh, I think we understand each other. That's great so far. Hey, here's our next 3 important tasks. What would you like to do next? What would you recommend?" Now, that's so much more validating than micromanaging. "Do this now." Most employees, subcontractors, and even family members will respond well and with their best efforts and their loyalty when they feel valued. You know this instinctually. You know this. We can show value to others when we empower them with words and responsibilities. Like, "Hey, we're offloading some of your mundane tasks and hoping that you can tackle some high-level challenges." That tells a subcontractor, an employee, or even a teenager that you believe in them. You will notice that your strongest relationships are also built on vulnerability. You don't have to know everything, but you can trust. You can serve. When you share experiences and solve problems together, you create strong bonds. This is not a once and done formula. Quick bursts of energy will not create great connections or lasting results. It takes time and often a lot of patience, but it is truly a magic formula for long term happiness. The same components of honest sharing, listening, validating, and serving with others will make families and also work teams work stronger and more effective. Opportunities will come your way. And you will actually find yourself saying no to business opportunities because there's just too many things coming your way. Too many good things. And you can't say yes to everything. A great real estate analogy would be, say, flipping homes versus single family rentals. Now, these are generalizations, and I have been a flipper too sometimes. But generally, flippers, the ones that I mostly know, they tend to want to maximize the gain on each property without necessarily thinking about a long term relationship with the end user. It tends to be about spending $1 to make three. And once the property is sold, the relationship ends. Now, some shady flippers do shoddy work and then simply hope that nobody notices until it's the new owner's problem. I'm not saying that's all flippers or business owners or managers, but I do know a few. On the other hand, most long term buy and hold investors want to create a solid home that will function well for many years. These landlords know that some tenants may be in a property for a long time, paying off your asset. That loyal tenant relationship, it's crucial through times like, let's say, COVID and job losses and inflation. Quality homes and satisfied, loyal tenants are more important than squeezing every drop out of a sale, a quick sale, or even maxing out monthly rent. Now, we had a few tenants that needed an extra week to pay a couple times in 2020, but there were no 15-day late payments, no pay or quit notices, no eviction proceedings, because we have good properties, good communication, and great loyal tenants. A small real estate portfolio is not get rich quick. It's more like get rich slow. It's classic go small or go home. As you know, I don't give advice, but infotainment. Hopefully, it can inspire you to know what's best for you. Is there a way that you can go small in a big way in your family life, in your business, in your day job? I bet there is. Please comment below. And also, please give us a thumbs up and share. Share our channel with other people, and it'll help us. Thank you, and hope to see you on the next one.